My name is Iza Nicole D. Gabatak from DSET 21. People of the Philippines versus Santos, Ressa, and Rappler. Maria Ressa and Ronaldo Santos Jr. position presents important questions about the freedom of speech, cyber defamation, and the essential role of journalists in the public arena. The execution of cybercrime avoidance decree against Ressa and Santos for cyber slander is a key component of this argument. The court's decision forbids several electronic system-based crimes, especially cyber libel. The Court of Appeals determined that the article released by the online news outlet Rappler satisfied the demands for defamation under the revised penal code and that it had been circulated over an electronic system. This justification the scope of conventional libel laws to cover online publications and emphasize the need for updated legislation to address the challenges provided by the digi- digital age. The judicial system also dealt with the problem of reissuing, which signifies a change made to the initial work as form of reissuing. This clarification is significant because it extends the time frame for initiating charge against individuals for libelous the internet's internet statements. It is significant to note that the court focused on the revised work rather than the original publication date. This decision raises concerns about the possible impact on free speech as individuals and media organizations could be held accountable for statements that were published in the past before the online defamation law took effect. The situation also highlights the significance of continuing debates and discussions about the intersection and advancement, communication, and regulation, finding a balance between preserving personalities and respecting the norms of free speech and responsible journalism is a difficult task requiring thoughtful study and careful legal frameworks. Furthermore, the case involving Maria Ressa and Reynaldo Santos Jr. offers a priceless opportunity to consider the involving legal landscape invo- involving internet defamation, the freedom of speech, and journalistic responsibility. We can contribute we can contribute to the evolution of legal system that upholds both the rights of individuals and the norms that promote a free and competent press. Ronaldo Santos Jr., a journalist, and Maria Ressa, the executive editor of the online news website Rappler, were both convicted guilty of cyber libel by Manila Regional Trial Court, Branch 46 in the Philippines. The lawsuit was filed in response to a 2012 Rappler article on businessman Wilfredo King's alleged involved, involvement in human trafficking and drug smuggling, as well as his connections to Renato Corona, who was the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court at the time. Ronaldo Santos Jr. of Rappler wrote an article headlined CJ using SUVs of controversial businessmen On May 29, 2012, Wilfredo King, one of the wealthiest businessmen in the Philippines, was one of individuals identified in the report. The article describes King's roles in a dispute involving subsequently former Chief Justice Renato Corona. The Supreme Court Justice allegedly drove Wilfredo King's vehicle. According to the story, the National Security Council was looking into King for his alleged involvement in human trafficking and drug smuggling, a murder case that has not been solved, smuggling fake cigarettes, and illegal immigration procedures. As a final note, the court considered the importance of the right to freedom of speech under the Philippines Constitution. The court acknowledged the right to speak freely without fear of retribution or retaliation, and the right of the press to freely report news and opinion without undue restraint. However, the court noted that the freedom of the press is not unlimited, citing the opinion of the Philippine Supreme Court in Tulfo versus People, GR number 161032 and 161176 on September 16, 2008. This court does not turn a blind eye to some of them who twist the news to give an ambiguous interpretation that is in reckless discredit of the truth. In view of this, the court determined that the prosecution's evidence was adequate to prove Reynaldo Santos Jr. and Maria Ressa's guilt for violating Section 4C4 of the 2012 Cybercrime Prevention Act beyond a reasonable doubt. They were each required to pay Wilfredo King 200,000 pesos in exemplary damage and 200,000 pesos in moral damage, according to Section 9 of the CPE. Rappler Incorporated was deemed not to have any corporate obligation